In Yellowstone, in the supervolcano, the ground has started to burn. Could this be an accumulation of kinetic heat on the Earth before a pole shift? In late June 2024, amateur volcanologists globally were deeply concerned by footage from Wyoming resident Cody Woolard showing significant ground fissures in the area. Roads, indicative of surface deformations, had shifted in some areas by more than 2 feet. And 2 weeks later, another video surfaced online. The narrator of the video, whose voice is audible, does not disclose the filming location or date. Social networks operate by their own rules. One person posts and suddenly everyone begins to replicate the claim. 9 times out of 10 it's stated that the footage was captured in Yellowstone just the day before, yet others assert it was somewhere in Virginia, things like that. And indeed, the video's location is not critically important. Furthermore, if it is indeed Virginia, then the situation is significantly more concerning. The video depicts a natural cave ablaze where either a coal seam is exposed or the tree roots on the hillside have transformed into something resembling a coal seam. The image depicts an English-speaking country with a prominent hill or rock inside which something is ablaze. Since peat, which is dried swamp, is not present in rocks, it raises the question, what ignited? What was the source of the fire? If the location is Yellowstone as suggested, it could mean that magma has surfaced and ignited the coal. However, if the setting is not a caldera but rather Virginia or perhaps a forest in Canada, it indicates intriguing geological phenomena where coal seams spontaneously combust. And should this phenomenon become widespread, coal seams worldwide might start emitting smoke similar to peat bogs in the summer, potentially leading to the depletion of water in areas overlying coal seams. Movements preceding the pole shift. Readers are familiar with Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet of the United States. Many have encountered paraphrases of his writings, and some have delved into fragments, but only a handful have read all of his prophecies in their entirety. Naturally, not all of his works are accessible, and by their very nature, they are extensive. However, it's possible to attempt such a reading. Those who have undertaken this task have shared fascinating insights. Firstly, a brief overview of the theory. In the mid-19th century, French mathematician Louis Poisson published a work on theoretical mechanics, differential geometry, and other complex topics. It's said that in this work, which we have not read, he first explored the theory of rotating bodies akin to bullets with an off-center center of gravity. These objects can rotate unpredictably with potential shifts in their rotation axis at any moment. Yet even Poisson did not tackle a more challenging issue, the scenario where a body's center of mass is not only offset from its geometric center, but also moves within the body, similar to a yolk within an egg. The rotational effects of such a body can be quite fascinating, including phenomena like kinetic heat. To put it simply, kinetic heat might be likened to what happens when a spinning wheel turns on a rusty bearing. Eventually the wheel halts and the bearing warms up due to this kinetic heat. In a larger context such as the Earth's rotation, a discrepancy in the rotational speeds of the core and the mantle could result in the generation of kinetic heat within the system. Edgar Cayce discusses it in the following manner. He said, "The kinetic heat, like the tip of a spear, like a flame, expands and touches the axis rotation of the gyroscope of the Earth. It destroys mountains, cities, towns, and villages, burning their inhabitants. Seas, rivers, and clouds burst out, overflowing and engulfing homes and people in numbers too great to count," is what Cayce said. In a more literal sense, the concept of kinetic heat suggests that if Earth's inner sphere's rotation disperses, they will transfer some of their kinetic energy into heat to the planet. Additionally, electrical energy will be present because the Earth functions as a massive dynamo, and this could lead to random rotational patterns. Consequently, we observe A. Climate change, often referred to as global warming. B. An increase in volcanic activity. C. Various unusual forms of lightning, such as jets and sprites, as the ionosphere starts to emit a glow akin to that of a Tesla coil. D. The ignition of coal seams, as in this case. Simultaneously, we also notice something slightly different. A small recall. As many recall, Casey identified an eruption of Mount Etna as a major sign of the impending Great Catastrophe. When in 2022, a lava fountain of half a kilometer high erupted from the volcano, it caused widespread concern. It's been 2 years since, and despite several smaller eruptions, the world has not ended, yet the anticipated event did not occur. There was a 5 magnitude earthquake associated with ground uplift in the Flagrant Fields, Campi Flegrei of Italy, nor was there any uplift in the Southern Ocean, which Casey had mentioned as a forthcoming sign of Earth's upheaval. Considering the current situation, we believe there is no immediate cause for concern regarding the pole shift. The kinetic heat, quote unquote, is currently being discharged. This will lead to significant warming until half of the planet resembles a smoldering slag heap. It's only after this point that the dramatic event will occur. We have had pole shifts in the past. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. This is on Soul Ask. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.